All right. Ooh, the Aurora Mark II is finally in. It has been hinted for a while that it's been coming, but honestly, this is probably the best looking starter thus far. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take a quick look at the behind the ships, and then we're gonna check out the storefront and give my thoughts. And then later today, at the time of the recording, and probably when this video is gonna go up, I'm gonna go live on twitch.tv/warbotnix. So twitch.tv/warbotnix to go ahead and give this a comparison and first look impressions. And then probably, you know what? I think this might be a good time to do a starter ship video and new player disclaimer video. All right, let's take a look. Hold on, let me get you guys your audio here. Otherwise, you're not going to hear a thing. Here we go.
Ship.
For people that have been with the project a long time, it was one of the first ships that they saw.
So it gave you that first experience of boarding your own ship, exploring the interior, although limited, and then finally climbing into the pilot seat and then taking off for your first mission or exploration. Whilst the game has evolved over the last decade and we have learned a lot more about building spaceships in that time, we felt that now was the right time to go revisit the Aurora series.
Doing a follow-up of the original Aurora is actually quite the task because you have to make sure that it's as beloved as the original.
I really wish with the Scorpius and now with Aurora Mark II that we can fold the wings without having to turn on the landing gears and just do a quick entry into atmosphere and dive in, and then when we get into atmosphere, open the wings like that. That would be awesome.
The Mark II combines the classic DNA of the original Mark I Aurora and then brings it up to modern day standards, both in terms of visuals and gameplay loop.
RSI tend to want to kind of push the boundaries a little bit. They want to look back and see what they've done in the past and what was successful, but they're not scared to really embrace new ideas. We've tried to keep the overall proportions and styling of the base Aurora with the Mark II.
I want this music.
We've just tried to sharpen it up.
It has a really angular style. It looks really sleek. Everything flows, and it has this sort of layered, armored look.
The circular door is still there to enter the ship, but it's hidden by the newer layered RSI door designs.
Holy crap. That's a lot of paneling and layers. That's actually cool. It does give that feeling that you are going into a relatively protective space. Although this is a starter, so probably... Well, actually, no. With the new armor system, yeah, it's not completely HP based now.
We've still got those really iconic 4 wings down the sides that give the ship its length.
Oh, I see the
There's
VTOLs.
also some doors that open up and they show the VTOLs underneath, which are these fans that help support the ship while it's changing trajectories.
Was that a Star Fox logo on his sleeve? Yeah, it is! Number 1.
Trajectories.
There's even a cool new feature where you can vault onto the top of the ship over the front canopy.
Oh, that's nice.
My favorite part of that entire ship is actually the back section. It has tons of detail that all lines up towards the center of the ship.
Something we were keen to follow up with is some of the RSI ships have transforming states, such as the Scorpius.
We were playing with the idea of do we open the wings, do we not open the wings? And as soon as we kind of started playing with the idea and seeing how it looked, it just felt natural.
The base Aurora Mark II comes with 4 size 2 weapon hardpoints, as well as 4 size 2 missile hardpoints, each
Nice.
defaulting to 2 size 1 missiles.
The guns are actually attached to what the wings are attached to. So when the wings pop off, the guns are still attached to the ship.
So if you lose your wings, you're not totally out of the fight.
No, so if you lose your wings, you'll lose your missiles, and
Okay, so that makes it much more easier to follow with than not follow. That makes it a little bit more less punishing than the Scorpius if you lose your wings.
you'll lose VTOL if you lose the bottom wings.
When we were doing the original design for the Mark II Aurora, one thing that came up was, do we want to do variants or do modules?
In terms of production, a variant of a ship is actually a lot of work on our part. You have to redo modeling, you have to almost rethink the whole entire ship.
Yes, external modules that you can just latch right on. Fantastic.
The ship now, instead of being a variant, comes with 2 different modules.
And the advantage of modules is you buy one Aurora Mark II, and forever in the future, when upgrades happen to the ship, you can grab that module and then add it to your own ship.
That makes
The
this
TS
so
module,
much
or
better.
we internally refer to as the cargo module, provides an additional 6 SEU cargo on a drop lift, which takes the whole cargo capacity of the Aurora Mark II with it equipped to 8 SEU, which is pretty competitive in a starter ship. And then one of the big changes with the TS cargo module and the base Aurora is the cargo is held internally rather than underslung underneath, so it's more protected.
So it's great for somebody who's just getting started, who wants to do.
Oh, okay, that's nice actually. So even if I don't have the container module, this actually makes like just general like bunker missions, FPS looting really easy. Like you can just quickly go in, get the SCU box, put it in there, put your stuff in there that you looted, and put it right back up. Okay, yeah, this is well thought out. I like it.
Following missions before upgrading to something bigger like a Zeus.
I still wouldn't
Or you can
recommend
either
Zeus,
go
yeah.
with a defense module, which adds 8 S2 missiles and also 1 S1 shield generator in the back of it.
So if you add 8 S2 missiles, you're much more lethal. And if you add another S1 shield, you're adding 50% more shield to your ship.
So the player can decide whichever one suits their playstyle the most.
In the future, we can definitely foresee other modules coming along, and anybody who has the Aurora Mark II now will be able to use those modules later on.
That's nice. So it can actually act as a support
One of the
chip.
kind of limiting factors of the Mark I was its overall size. With the Mark II, we built it more from the inside out, so we knew all the features that we wanted it to deliver.
You get in from the airlock door. On your left, you have the nice pilot seat.
Good
We have
view.
a nice view from there. We have a lot of glass, so we can really see space from.
Okay, so I actually did not like the struts of Constellations. Now, there's struts here, but you see how like the center like conjoining strut with that's a rectangle in the middle, it's lower. So it doesn't obstruct the view when you're flying. That's so much better.
Pretty much everywhere when you turn
Hopefully they
around.
take that to the Constellation.
You have 2 shelves for mission boxes, so you can take the ship to do missions.
Pizza delivery missions when?
You have engineering screen with components below that. If you continue on the right, you have a suit locker and a weapon rack.
All right, so let's see, two rifle size, 3 pistols, and looks like 3 utility slots for ammunition and other things. Nice.
And at the end of the ship, you have the bed with a lot of space compared to the first Aurora. When you lie down, you have a big screen on top of your head.
It's very enclosed, but it all has a very functional style to it. Everything like sort of feels like it should be where it is.
I like this a lot.
The paints are awesome. We have a lot of cool options.
We have a solid black line. We have a bronze and green one. There's one tint that's iridescent that's inspired by an Aurora Borealis. I think that one came out really well.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite tints was inspired by an old video game that I grew up with that I loved. And I think when the players find it, they'll be doing some barrel rolls.
Star Fox shout out. Yes!
Aurora, we also
Love
like to
it.
celebrate the Mark I Aurora.
He's now
For that
officially my
reason, we
favorite
decided to
dev.
introduce a sixth special edition variant called the Aurora Mark I SE.
So the Mark I Special Edition is really our sending off of the Mark I. It's taking all of the best elements from the different Mark I models that we do and combining them into one.
So it takes the improved cargo of the CL, the base level of the MR, the weapon loadout and the intakes of the LN, and then the luxurious take of the LX seat.
We also wanted to give it a really nice, unique paint. And we wanted to give it a nice update to the interior in terms of its materials and its colors. So it kind of feels like a high-end sports model of some of the cars you see out and about.
So is the Mark II replacing the Mark I?
No, it's not replacing it. So you still get to keep all your Mark I Auroras. RSI just aren't manufactured anymore. Just like the Mark I Hornets, they're here to stay in-game. They're still going to be supported. They're still going to have bug fixes.
I'm a little sad about that, but it is what it is. We are entering a point where, like, these earlier concept ships just really do not meet the current standards of what is required of the game, but that's kind of sad. Wait, hold on. If that's the case, then that means the starter pack's gone.
They're going to have any features that they don't support yet updated in time to support that. They're here to stay, but we hope they will turn into this classic car status within the universe.
Oh wait, it's been gone, now that I think about it.
I'm very happy with the ship. The team did a great job.
It is clearly an Aurora, but brought up to just kind of modern RSI visuals.
No bully on the
Big
cows.
background in creating the first levels of games. For me as a designer, I thought a lot about the new player coming on and having the ship be as welcoming as possible.
It's a great starter package. It's everything you could want to start the game with.
But even if you have other ships, it's there as a sort of useful modular utility ship that you can just have as your second ship, perhaps, when your main ship is perhaps being claimed or damaged and you just want to get back out there.
This honestly really does feel like this year has really does feel like a sort of like a restart. Not in development, but like sort of like a I think the end of the beginning has started and beginning of pretty much just putting in the major puzzles of the game. Like features. All right, cool. That was awesome. All right, let's check out the website here. Got it already. All right. So Aurora Mark II, here we go. This is the tomorrow of today. For centuries, RSI's innovative ambition has led to the charge of humanity's ingenuity. Never taking its eye off the future lies ahead, forever pioneering the spirit of exploration. RSI reimagines its beloved starter ships for today's unknown landscape of valiant spacefaring. All right, let's take a look. Reinventing the future, ready for adventure. Okay, so we have one size one. Okay, so the modules include one size 1 shield generator, an additional 8 size 2 missiles, and the TS module includes an additional 6 SU. So that means 3 size 1 shields. Not the most protective thing, but it's something, I guess. Let's see here. TS module. So 8 SU. Combat module. We know it's the size 2 missiles. All right, let's take a look. Shade. Okay. Caspian. Okay, I like that one. I can work with that. It's okay. Star Fox, go! All right. Now or never. Aurora Mark I, farewell. All right. So it will be a $60 starter pack. So that puts it into AAA territory of gaming entry. But right now you can get it for $45. Honestly, if anyone has friends right now this probably will be the best starter pack to get. Let's see. Yep, lifetime insurance, check. Gear items, venture helmet, check. Pistol, it's a pistol. And the Aurora Mark II. So no modules. So, I mean, they can still do stuff, I guess, but still no modules. Let me see here. All right, so $40 for the Mark II Cloud with Buster paint. Fox McCloud. Or $55 for the modules. Okay. Actually, that's a good question. Will the module colors change when you attach them externally? I'm actually kind of curious. You know, it'd be kind of cool. Like if you're an Aurora and you're downed, like not down, but you need repairs, but you actually found another Aurora with the module still intact. You could just take it off of that one and put it on yours. Let's take a look here. All right. So for $40, so let me see here. For $40, you get the Aurora Mark II, 55. So War Bond's 40, so it's most likely $45. It's a $45 ship. And here's the paints. So I like the obscurity. Caspian, maybe not too much. Shade's cool, but maybe, I mean, it's not, well, we don't know about its stealth profile, so we'll see. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I already bought it. So yeah, it's 45. All right, cool. Nice. All right, more Aurora Mark I celebration. Oh wait, hold on. Did it have the specs here? Yeah, I forgot to read the specs. Sorry. So 27.5 meters in length, 24.5 when extended. So I guess the width, yeah, the width goes up to 28. 5.5 meters when landed in height. 4 size 2 swappable weapons. 4 size 2 dual rack for missiles. So those are the size 1s. And then your optional things. So all right, we'll definitely have to see how this will shape out. Is there a PDF I can look at to get the rest of the stuff? Or they stopped doing it? I guess they stopped doing it. All right then. Well, that's it. But let me take a quick look at the Mark I celebration. You guys are free to click away while I'm doing this. Special edition, best of all. Okay. Okay, that's the chair from the sneak peek. Nice lining. Let me see. $50 for the SE. As much as I want it, no. I'm just gonna buy the Aurora Mark II, and that's it for now. So, yeah. But just to give you guys an idea, I do have the ES in my buyback, so if I really do want a essentials, I can grab that one. But yeah, all right, end of an era, sort of. All right then. So we'll definitely do a starter ship recap video, and then later today, as I said, I'm definitely going to be streaming and getting into 4.7, start mining, start getting those blueprints, and all that. All right.